Good evening. This is the veteran from Trini. And tonight, it's nighttime here in El Paso. Right now, we know that immigration is a very touchy subject right now, especially with our president promised to do mass deportation. My concern now is for my veteran brothers and sisters. I ask the question, does the United States deport military veterans? The answer is yes. Honorable discharged veterans of the United States military have, under certain circumstances, either received deportation orders or been deported. This is a fact. And the reason I'm concerned is I myself was an immigrant. And I choose, after high school and went to college for a little while, I decided to join the military. When I joined the military, I wasn't promised anything. I wasn't, I was taking a job as far as I was concerned. A job which turned eventually into a lifetime. My two other brothers and sisters were also in the military at the same time. And I had no conception of getting any citizenship, and it was the furthest thing from my mind. And I never thought about it. So, but a lot of guys have gone into the military, were recruited into the military, and promised that they would get American citizenship. So a lot of guys assume that once they did the service, they would honorably discharge and receive American citizenship. It doesn't work that way. The recruiters never told them that when you join the military, it accelerate your path to citizenship. But you have to apply for it. A lot of guys didn't know that. So they go in the military, and then they never apply for citizenship because they assume, the word they said assume does for everybody, right? You can't assume anything. You have to actually work for it. I was fortunate that when I went to Thailand, and this satellite team I was working with, we had a Mexican guy then by the name of Mario Garcia. Mario was from Chicago. Mario was actually born in Mexico, and it was 2 or 3 months old. He was brought to the United States, but he was never a citizen. So whenever we would I tell him where he's from. He said, I was born in Mexico, but I lived all my life in Chicago. So he said, are you a citizen then? He said, no. He told me he just recently applied, and he was going to go to Hawaii from Thailand to get his citizenship. So I said, wow. So I turned around and I asked him, how you do that? I turned around, I was able to do the same thing. So I got permission. I said, hey, this was my only excuse. I was to get to Hawaii for a couple of days. And it was a fun time, But a lot of recruiters are doing this with lying to people. Tell them, come on. And in fact, there's a story from San Diego I saw there just a couple of days ago on the news where a young man was going to university. He was from Kenya, Africa, and the recruiters lied to him, went and pursue him and tell him, you join the army, you'll get citizenship and stuff like that. So he never got the citizenship when he got out. And actually, before he even got out, he was calling the office and found out that the recruiter had put a lot of Africans into the army illegally. So he was pulled out, and then a year later on, he went to detention center. A year later, he was deported back to Kenya. and it took him approximately 14 years to get back to the United States. That's some kind of things, you know. A lot of immigrants that go in the army don't think about citizenship. They're just thinking, you know, I'm here in this country. I want to be a good person. I want to help the country, you know, support the country is helping me. A good example is my brother Terrence. He joined the army also. He did 2 or 3 tours in Vietnam, and he always says, you know, I was born at Trinity, I'm gonna die at Trinity. So he never applied for his citizenship. In fact, over the years before he passed, he got in some trouble, and they actually tried to scare him into deporting him. They talk about deportment. Had he been getting deported, he would have been lost because he knew nothing about Trinidad. You know, he just would go down here a few times because we both left. When I was 11 and he was 12, we came to the United States. So that wouldn't have helped us. But a lot of these veterans, I mean, have been sent back. I think right now in 2016, they passed a law that, you know, but still a lot of the veterans are still being deported. And with the new president and his policies that he planned to, you know, a lot of these veterans might get swept up in that. So if you guys know of any veterans, you try to tell them to make sure they get them citizenship, you know, or because there's a lot of them, you know, from all different countries, you know. We got to make sure they get the message. Help these people get their citizenship and do right, or we're going to lose a lot of valuable veterans. Personally, this is my opinion. I think that if you give 3 or 4 years of honorable military service, you should be automatically make a citizen, you know, because you're doing things people born in this country, Americans, are not doing. If you go out and volunteer and to go overseas and do all those deployments, you should be granted citizenship. You know, so that's my opinion. My opinion is we should end the deportation of veterans. Repatriate the ones who have already been deported and offer support until they come home. We should honor our deported veterans, allowing them to return upon death. Honor them by allowing them to return home to their families and give them any benefits they have eligible for. You know, so a lot of the guys are waiting. They thought they were good, you know, because the recruiters lied to them. You know, the recruiters at one time, they would tell alien things to meet the quota. I remember, I am happy my recruiters lied to me, because before I came in the Army, I was going to school. My ambition at the time, stupid me, I wanted to be a cop. You know, I wanted to be a transitory cop in New York City. So when I joined the Army, going to the Army, I told the guy I wanted to be an MP. And he gave me some cock and bull story, but you didn't meet the requirements for certain things. He said, okay, but you're well qualified to be in this supply things. I didn't care at the time, you know. I was 19. I didn't care, and I took okay. I said okay. I don't wait until it came a 76 Papa, which was part supply, you know, I didn't care. I was just going to the army. My original objective was to go in the army and get money and go back to college. And then things never go with the way you plan. I end up going in the army, and after about a year and a half, I was sent to Thailand, and I fell in love with the country and with Thailand and the people. And I still have a lot of love for those people. In fact, after I recover, because right now, as I told you guys before, about almost 2.5 years ago, I suffered a major stroke. I still have problems speaking. I still have problems. My entire right side was paralyzed. So I'm basically a one hand YouTuber, and I'm still taking occupational therapy and physical therapy. I'm taking both of them twice a week, But we have to protect the veterans. Make sure we help as many guys as we can. Inform them, because a lot of them know. Some of the things, because they're still in the military, they're safe, but it's not. They're not going to be safe. So go out there and help them realize the American dream. I think anybody that serves, as long as they haven't committed any major crime, So this is the veteran train. I don't like to beg, but hey, it's not happening. I need a little bit more subscribers. I'm only about 130 subscribers. Like I said, this channel I want to dedicate to the veterans, and any way I could help any veteran, I would do so. And that's my pledge. I'm also rethinking, probably in June, I might be doing some traveling, probably to Thailand for about a month or two, and reassess how things are going over there. It all depends on what happens here back in the States. But that is still on my mind, because I have a good life here in El Paso. And I love El Paso, And hey, some of you vets ought to come out here to El Paso. It's a hidden paradise, It's good living. Guys are like you have some pretty young ladies in here too, You don't have to go to any far off distance land to find them. They're nice girls here in El Paso, girls and women, So I want to wish you guys happy holidays to everybody. Remember, it's a great day to be a veteran. Thank you and good night.